One night I came home late, and then my parents were like, if you go out tomorrow night, you're not allowed back. And I didn't believe them, and I left. And then when I came back, the doors were locked, all my stuff was outside, and that was it.
With every group home, it's pretty much been the same. It's been like, I'll be there for about 2 days, and then I end up running away. And it's been like that since I was about 11.
I was living on the streets and everything like that, and I was using drugs.
I was involved with child prostitution. Worse got to worse, and I started using drugs and stuff.
It got to the point where I was pretty much begging people to let me stay with them because I didn't want to stay on the streets, and I didn't want to, because I knew that if I ended up staying on the streets, I would have gotten into something, and that's not how I want my life to be. I don't want to be involved in drugs. I don't want to, you know, turn out like half my friends have.
I was still like a functioning alcoholic, I guess, at that beginning, but that didn't last too long. It progressed. It wasn't enough to cover up all the pain that I had in me.
I started working the streets when I was 15 years old, and it's really hard to share about my first time out there because I was scared, I was terrified. And the first few times I kept pretending that I didn't feel anything, I was fine, but deep down inside I hurt, and I hurt really bad.
I wanted to straighten out, but I kept falling off and kept slipping. I went to detox here and there.
I had 3 children, and I was pregnant with my 4th. And so child welfare came in, and instead of what I thought was helping, they just took my children away.
The lowest point was when they actually took my daughters, and I went home and I found the note on the door.
And I really went hardcore after that. Didn't care about my life. I tried to take it a few times.
Without first steps and without that link to the real world, or, without that link, which would be the worker, I don't see people making it.
I think like if Safe House isn't here, then I'd definitely be like dead or something. I would have probably, most definitely still been using crystal meth or something.
Safe House is more of a family environment, I find, because a lot of the people I knew when I was living here, I knew them from like the streets and stuff like that, so I considered them my family.
They have good hearts. It's a nice house, it's big, and you don't ever have to worry about not being warm or not having food or not having, the things you need, like not being able to shower, It's a warm, comfortable place. It's like a big family here.
I've received help with counseling to work on my past of my abandonment issues with my mother and father. When I was living in foster homes, the abuse that I went through.
I've been seeing a psychologist. I was all these years on and off, but an effective one that's actually helping me conquer my past.
Instead of fitting me into their program, they fit the program to work around me.
The other group homes, they didn't really have like staff they were nice and everything, but you couldn't sit down and talk to them and have private time, and kind of talk about your problems. And when I came here, it was like a total like rehabilitation kind of, like they wanted me to talk to my parents, they wanted me to go back to school, they got me to go back to school.
Like they actually care, they actually want me to be here, want me to have a good life.
They'll help you clean up, like everything. They'll set you on the right path. They'll teach you how to survive.
They're here to support you if you need the help, and they talk with you if you need them to talk. and they listen, which is what I need most of the time, is for them to listen.
There's so much here that they give you that, you know, sometimes you don't deserve it, but they still give you it. It's nothing to do with who you are. It's what they want you to be and what you want to be. You know, they don't think you're bad just because of your past. You know, they see possibility of changing.
I have my daughters back in my life right now. It's the greatest.
I got a new job at Aldo, and I started saving up money to get my own apartment, and now I have my own apartment.
I want to finish high school. I'm in grade 12 right now. So I want to finish all that and graduate hopefully at the end of the year.
Next year I'm planning on either going to Northwest for nursing or going to Grant MacEwan for youth and childcare.
Sometimes I think about my life back then and where I was and where I am today. I'm so grateful, you know, because I'm not going hungry, as you can tell. And I have a job, you know, where I get paid every 2 weeks. I'm working really hard. My kids are coming home today.
I feel proud and thankful for the help that I've been given.
It makes me feel good to help women, to help other people. You know, just little things. It makes me feel good because that's who I want to be. I don't want to be a person who takes and takes and takes. You know, it makes me feel good to give. So I know I don't have a lot to give, but like financially, but I know I have a lot of love.